Üdvözlünk a Gémer Kémek csatornáján!
Heading to operational area. On the move.
Heading to the operational area.
Ready.
Ready. Understood.
Listening.
Listening. Got it. Arrived at destination. Arrived at destination. On the move. I'm under attack. On the scene.
Awaiting instructions.
Ready.
Ready. Awaiting instructions.
New orders received.
Awaiting crew. Ready. Recalling. Ready. Got it. Listening. Understood.
Listening.
Awaiting will do. Ready. Got it.
On the move.
Listening. Returning to awaiting returning to base.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Understood. Ready. Will do. Task completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. Arrived at awaiting will do. Listening. Got it. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Task completed. Heading to the operational... Awaiting will do.
Task completed.
Arrive. Listening. Ready. Returning to base. Taking damage.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed.
Awaiting instruction. Returning to...
Listening. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
Awaiting
Awaiting instructions. Will do. Ready.
An emergency has been completed.
Got it. On the move. Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area. On the move.
Ready.
Listening. Understood.
Arrived at destination. Listening.
Awaiting instructions. On my way. Ready.
Tap. Ready. I'm on the move. Got it.
Ready. Got it.
Ready. Got it. Listening.
Listening. Will do. Listening.
Listening. On my way. Task completed. Ready.
Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed. Awaiting instructions. Understood. Task completed.
Ready. Got it. Listening. Crew, returning to base. On the move.
Task completed. Task.
On the...
Listening. Got it.
Listening. Returning to vehicle.
Listening. Returning to base.
Ready. Destination confirmed. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. On the move. Awaiting instructions. Task completed.
New orders received.
Entering vehicle.
Listening. Returning to base.
Awaiting in...
Ready. Understood.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task complete.
Heading to operational area.
Heading to the operational area.
On the move. Listening.
Ready.
An emergency has been completed.
Will do.
Ready.
Listening.
Will do. On the scene. Awaiting
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Understood. Listening.
Ready. Crew, returning to base. Listening. Got it. Awaiting Will do.
Task completed. Awaiting instruction. Will do.
Task completed. Ready. On the move. Heading to
Listening. Returning to base.
Listening.
Ready. Heading to operational area.
Ready.
Task completed.
Crew, returning to base.
Awaiting
Ready.
Arrived at destination.
Got it.
Listening. Got it.
Awaiting
instructions. On my way. Will do.
Awaiting instruct. Will do.
Task completed. Task completed.
On the move.
Task completed.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base. Task. Heading to operational area. Listening. Returning to...
Listening. Returning to base.
Listening. Dropping off crew.
Ready. Got it.
Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed.
An emergency has been completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. Heading to operational area. Arrived at destination. Awaiting. Moving out. Listening. On the scene.
Ready. Will do.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Under fire. Got it.
Listening. Heading to operational. Ready.
Ready.
Arrived at destination.
Heading to the... Listening. Got it.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Recalling. Returning. Await. Crew. Returning.
Awaiting instruct.
Ready. Understood. Awaiting instruct. Will do. Awaiting instruct. Recall. Returning to base.
Taking damage! Heading to operational area. Can't do that. On.
Awaiting instruction.
Ready. Returning to base. Taking dip. Ready. Will do. On the scene. On the scene. Listening. Understood. On. Ready. Will do. Awaiting instructions. Understood.
Task completed.
Ready.
Will do.
Ready. Will do.
Heading to operational area. Listening.
Ready. Will do.
Listening. Returning. Awaiting returning to base.
Awaiting returning to base.
Awaiting instructions.
An emergency has new orders received.
Ready. Crew. Returning to... Ready. Crew. Returning to base.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Listening. Will do. Awaiting understood. Heading to operational area. Got it.
Heading to operational area. On the move.
Task completed. Listening. Will do.
Arrived at destination. Listening.
Listening.
Task completed.
Got it.
Ready.
Ready. Understood. Taking damage.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Understood. Task completed. Listening. Will do. Awaiting got it. Task completed. Understood. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Awaiting returning to base.
Task completed.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed.
On the move.
Awaiting instruction.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Using special skill.
I'm on the move.
Listening. Vehicle on the move. On the seat. Using special skill. Arrived at destination. On the scene.
Ready.
Ready. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base.
Listening. Will do.
Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed.
New orders received.
Task completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. Taking damage.
Heading to operational area.
On the scene. Listening. Understood.
You.
Got it.
On the scene.
An emergency has been completed.
Returning to base.
On the move.
Heading to operational area.
Listening. Will do. Arrived at destination.
Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
Awaiting instructions.
Listening. Got it. Task completed. Understood. Awaiting. Will do.
Task completed.
Ready. Got it. Understood. Listening. Will do. Awaiting. Got it. Task completed. Ready. Understood. Listening. Will do. Awaiting. Got it.
Ready.
Ready. Task completed. Heading to operational area. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Arrive. Awaiting
Ready. Moving. Got it. On the move. Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instructions.
Got it.
Listening. Understood. Ready.
Listening. Task completed.
Got it. Ready.
Task completed.
Recalling. Returning to base.
Using special skill. Listening. Returning to base.
Heading to the operational area.
Task completed. Task completed.
Listening.
Task completed.
Drop.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Returning to base.
An emergency has been completed.
Task completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the move. On the scene. Heading to operational area. Arrived at destination. On the move. Taking damage. On the scene. On the scene. Arrive. Awaiting instruction. Got it. Task completed. Ready. Understood. Listening. Will do. On the scene. Task completed. Awaiting instructions. Ready. Got it. Listening. Understood. Arrived at destination.
An emergency has been completed.
Returning to...
New orders received.
Returning to... Listening. Returning to... Awaiting... Returning to base.
Heading to operational area.
On the move.
On the move. Awaiting
Awaiting instructions. Understood. Listening. Will do.
awaiting instructions. Will do. Ready.
Ready. Understood.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed.
Arrived at destination. Awaiting return. Listening.
Listening. Got it.
Listening.
Task
Returning to base.
Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Listening.
New orders received.
Returning to base.
Task completed.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
Taking damage. Awaiting will do. Listening. Got it. Ready. Understood.
On the move. On the scene.
Listening. Task completed. Listening. Got it. Awaiting. Will do. Arrived at destination. Task completed. On the move. Will do. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Awaiting returning to base. On the scene.
On the move.
Awaiting. On the move. Ready. Moving out. Listening. On my way. On the move. Understood.
Awaiting
Ready.
Ready. Returning to base.
Ready.
Task complete.
On the move. Arrived at
Listening. Got it. Ready.
Ready. Crew returning to base.
Awaiting instruct. Will do. Task completed.
Ready.
Listening.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task completed.
Awaiting instructions.
Task completed.
Returning to base.
Task completed.
An emergency has been completed.
On the move.
Heading to operational area. On the move.
Heading to operational area.
On the scene.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed. Task completed.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Will do.
Awaiting
Ready. Understood.
awaiting instructions.
Ready. Got it. Listening. Understood. Ready.
Listening.
Task completed.
Got it. Listening. Returning to base.
Task completed.
Ready.
Task completed.
Returning to base. On the move.
Listening. Returning to base.
Ready. Crew, returning to base. Arrived at destination.
On the move.
Ready.
Ready.
Task
Will do.
awaiting instructions.
New orders received.
Returning to base. Recalling crew.
Task completed.
Listening. Returning to base.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Understood.
An emergency has been completed.
Task completed.
Heading to the operational area. On the move.
On the move.
Entering the danger zone. Entering the danger zone. Listening. Crew, returning to base.
Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instruct.
Listening. Entering. Got it.
Ready.
Ready. Entering danger. Will do. Awaiting instruct.
Listening. On my way. Moving out. Entering date. On the move.
Task completed.
Got it.
Task complete. Ready.
Listening. Crew, returning to... Ready. Recall, returning to base.
Entering danger zone. Listening.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Entering the danger zone. On the scene.
An emergency has been completed.
Returning to...
New orders received.
Return...
Crew, returning to base.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the scene. On the move. Arrived at destination. Arrived at destination. On the scene. Task completed. Ready. Understood. Listening. Task completed.
On the move.
On the move. Awaiting Will do.
Arrived at ready.
Awaiting instructions. Got it.
On the scene. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to... Awaiting... Returning to base. Listening.
Listening. Understood. On the move. Heading to operational area. Awaiting instructions.
Ready.
Arrived at this.
Understood.
Task completed. Ready.
Listening. On my way.
Ready. Recall. Returning to base.
Task completed.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task completed.
Ready.
Task complete.
Returning to base.
Awaiting. Got it.
Ready.
Task completed.
New orders received.
Returning to base.
Task completed.
On the move.
Heading to the operational area.
Heading to operational area. On the scene.
Heading to
An emergency has been completed.
On the scene. Task completed.
on the scene.
Awaiting instructions.
Listening.
Listening. Understood. Heading to operational area. On the scene. Task completed. Awaiting instruction. Understood. Ready. Will do. Ready. Will do.
An emergency has been completed.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Arrived at destination. Heading to the operational area. On the scene.
Heading to operational area.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Will do. Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instructions. Will do. Taking damage.
Awaiting instruct. Got it.
On the move.
Arrived at
Ready. Understood.
Listening.
Task completed.
Returning to base.
Task complete.
awaiting recall. Returning to ready.
Task completed.
Return.
New orders received.
Awaiting crew. Returning to base.
An emergency has been completed.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
On the move.
Heading to operational area. On the move.
Arrived at destination.
Arrived at destination.
Task completed.
Awaiting. Got it.
Ready. Understood.
Heading to operational area.
On the scene. On the scene.
Task completed. Task completed.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Listening. Returning to... Ready. Returning to base.
On the move. Moving out. On the scene.
Awaiting instructions.
Heading to operational area.
Listening. Understood.
Heading to operation. Awaiting returning.
Ready. Returning to base.
Ready.
Listening. Got it. Awaiting
Ready. On my way. I'm on the move.
Listening.
Task completed.
Returning to base.
Awaiting instructions. Got it.
Listening. Recalling. Returning to base.
Ready.
Task completed.
New orders received.
Returning to base. Returning to base.
Task completed. Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
Listening.
Heading to operational area.
Arrived at destination. On the move. On the scene.
Listening.
Listening. Got it. On the scene.
On the move.
Listening. Will do.
Arrived at destination. Awaiting instructions.
Task completed. Task completed. Listening. Will do. Listening. Returning to base. Task. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed. Task completed.
On the move.
Heading to operational area.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Understood.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task complete.
On the move.
Ready.
Listening. Understood. Arrived at destination. Ready.
Ready. Will do. Listening. Returning to base.
Awaiting and crew returning to base. On the move. Ready. Will do. Entering vehicle.
Ready. Returning to base.
Awaiting and
Awaiting instructions. Understood.
ready.
Task completed.
Returning to base. Listening.
Task completed. Task completed. Task completed.
New orders received.
Returning to base.
Task completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
Heading to the operational area. On the move. On the scene. Listening. Arrived at...
Heading to
Listening.
listening. Understood. Listening.
Awaiting instructions.
Task completed.
Will do. Taking damage.
Listening. Will do. Task completed. Understood. Got it. Task. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to... Listening. Returning to base. Listening.
Listening. Understood. On the move.
Task completed.
Heading to operational area.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task complete.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions.
On the...
Understood. Awaiting instructions. On the scene. Crew, returning to base. Awaiting instructions.
Listening. Got it. Heading to operational area. On the scene.
Ready. Understood.
Ready. On the move. On the move. Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Listening. Task. Got it.
Ready.
Ready.
Task completed.
Crew, returning to base.
New orders received.
Returning. Awaiting and returning to base.
Task completed.
On the move.
Heading to operational area.
On the... Ready.
Listening. Got it. On awaiting.
Listening.
An emergency has been completed.
Understood.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Will do.
Task completed.
Awaiting crew, returning to base.
Task completed. Listening.
Ready. Returning to base.
Awaiting.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task completed.
An emergency has been completed.
Üdvözlünk a Gémer Kémek csatornáján!